Good morning. Just got in from work and checked my mailbox. Fairly excited here. Got me a new Jayaruh handle that we've been using on lather catchers. You've already seen the black one on the 1910, and I got a brown one so that it matches pretty close with my Jayaruh 176 here with the Omega bore on it. So that was the idea. So that came in today. Another thing that came in today was this razor head. This is, I haven't dated it exactly yet, but it's going to be a late 1890s camp, and it's a wedge only. When I bought it, I saw a picture of it on eBay. It was just the razor head, and I thought it looked like it didn't have the blade stop, so it would have to be a wedge. Neat thing about that is I've got a couple of wedge blades, and I've got one that's a camp. Now this blade looks really rough, but the edge is pretty clean, and I ran it over my strop, and I just really can't wait to try the thing. I don't need to shave right now. I shaved last night before work, so I've got about 14 hours on, but it's enough that we're going to give it a go and see how it works. So if you see this video, it worked okay. If you never see this video, it didn't work, and I'll send the blade out to get sharpened, and we'll see how that works. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take some Perazo here in the bowl, and a nice, oops, boy, my sink's leaking down. I got to get a new stopper for my sink. And my Badger brush here. And as usual, sorry about the noise, but this sink leaked down quicker than I thought it was going to. Gotta get that fixed one day. There's probably a lot of things I need to get fixed one day. So like I said, I'm excited. This is just awesome. This will be the oldest razor I have. The next oldest is a 1902, which is a wedge razor, but it has the blade stop, so it'll also take the modern blades. And I've done videos with it also. So let's see if see if we can make it work. That's one of the fun things in this hobby, is getting stuff in and seeing how well it works. And I'm really hoping that I can, even though this blade it needs to be cleaned up and honed and whatnot, I'm just really hoping we can get some kind of a shave out of it and just use this old equipment. It's just great. So this is Perazo, the red in the bowl, obviously, and we're just going to get us some soap in our brush right off the top of the bowl here. And as usual, we're going to face lather, because that's what I do. And any way it goes, it's going to be fun, whether it works or not. Alright, doesn't take too long to load that up. This is a Ever-Ready 200 handle that I put a silver tip Badger knot from the golden nib in several years ago, and had a really good brush. The golden nib knots are pretty nice, actually. So we're going to get a little soap. Just barely dip the tips of the brush in the water when you need a little more water. As you can see, that's really starting to build a nice lather on the face there. I have people all the time that say that they face lather and you're making a big mess, and well, not if you do it right. If you don't have your brush that's really wet, then you don't have to worry about it. And as you need a little water, you just barely dip the tips of the water, or the tips of the brush into the water. Nice warm water here, because I'm a warm water shaver. I'm not one of those cold water folks. If you are, that's great. A lot of people do that. A lot of people do a lot of things. What's right is what works for you. So there we go. So late 1890s. That's the closest I've got it right now. I think it's going to end up being an 1898, just from some preliminary looking. This is actually a Camp Brothers Camp, however you pronounce it, blade. Can you hear that? Oh, boy, that's loud. Well, it's actually shaving. Boy, that's nice. Now, this thing feels like, if you want to compare it to something modern, this thing feels like a Schick E2 I have. A lot of blade feel here. And it could be an angle thing, because in this blade it definitely needs some touch up, but it's definitely shaving. Oh, that's exciting. Boy, I'll be eager to see what it's like on a full day's growth or two. Oh, that's nothing in the world wrong with that, boys and girls. It actually feels more like a straight razor shave. There's a lot of blade feel. And looking at the blade, I can see it sits pretty forward over the teeth there. Getting a little grabby. Around the chin, so you can get it here without getting any blood. It's shaving. It's just, yes, it definitely is. It looks rough. The blade definitely needs to be cleaned up. And I'm sending it to have that done. Tom, it's going to be coming the year, along with my my other wedge blade that came with my superior ladder catcher, which is I think it's a gem blade. But oh yeah, all right. Well, let's see if we can get a second pass out of it. I don't know that we'll do the touch up. Like I said, this was really, I didn't really need to shave, but when you get a new toy, what else can you do? I mean, really. All right, boy. We'll be sure we got a good session going on here. Oh, yeah. We'll come back over here on this side. Get us a little angle going. I don't think I need a real sharp angle coming across. Look at that. That is so, man. All right. Ease it through here. No blood. That's always a good thing, isn't it? Huh? And I'm doing this without coffee, you'll notice. I didn't even take time. Of course, I drank 3 pots of coffee at work last night, so. Well, I take that back. Probably wasn't 2 last night. It was. Can you hear that? Ah. All right, look at that. That's nice. Give us a little wrench here. And I think we're going to call that a shave. I don't think we're going to worry with the touch-up because there really wasn't that much touch-up this morning. 14 hours of growth. There was enough there But there was enough there that I can tell that that blade actually shaved. And it feels nice. Very aggressive razor, very aggressive filling razor. And I don't think that's real surprising. Part of that is probably that the blade needs to be touched up. And part of that could just be the way the razor is. But you'll see it's actually a solid blade. It doesn't, where's one of my others? Like these, how they're open for the, they call this the lather trap, by the way. I didn't know y'all knew that. I didn't know that till the other day. And this one's actually there. Really got a lot of writing on it, kind of ornate. And the handle, the Jayaruh handle, I'm being won over. I don't like putting stuff on razors, changing handles around and doing all this. But these did actually come with wooden handles, so I think it's okay. I do indeed. Now, if you're going to go put a wooden handle on a 1914, I'm not so sure about that one. What's right is right for you. Don't listen to the old cranky guy here. We're going to call that a shave. We're not only going to call that a shave, we're going to call that a successful shave, and we're going to follow it up with clubbing. Because what's classier than that this time of morning? You know what I'm saying? So there we go. Thank you for joining in with me on my little happiness thing going on here. Because I just, literally, I've been home 10 minutes from work, 15 maybe at the most. But I just had to try a shave with it and everything. And we got a shave out of it. You can definitely tell the blade needs some touch up. But, boy, that feels good actually. With the clubman on there and everything. So, late 1890s, I'm still going to call it an 1898 until I find out something different. Wedge only. It's not going to be able to be used with a modern, so this is just going to be a wedge razor, which is great because I've got this blade, and once it gets cleaned up, it should look a whole lot like this blade. This is the one that I used the other day in my Superior when I did a shave that had the wedge blade in it. There we go. Hope y'all have a good day. Happy shaves to you. I'm fixing to go grab a nap. And there we go. As I said, happy shaves. Remember, what's right is what works for you. Don't let anybody tell you anything different, even me. Good day.